Thank you for watching us wherever you happen to be. Two blokes deeply affected by the decisions that Daniel Andrews is making or not making when it comes to freedom are Jim Penman, Paul Di Martino. Let's talk to Jim first, of course, the famous bloke from Jim's Mowing, where a bit of sanity kicked in, where your blokes and ladies are able to get behind the whippersnipper and get back to work. But it's been a very long time coming, Jim. What did you think about the decision made, and will you be pushing on with pushing for some actual accountability from this mob?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's good that they're back, but it's outrageous they were off for 8 weeks. What on earth is the reason? There was no danger to health in any of our guys and council workers in groups working the whole time. And he's still doing it. What about our pool care? What about our dog wash and the rest? What about all of them? What makes it even more stupid is the dog salons with multiple workers can work and our people can't work even though they're by themselves. I mean, the Premier is... It's politics first, politics second, health a very distant third.
But then how do you react when you saw the citizens of Melbourne that we just showed, just to be a few of them, basically, oh, yeah, who cares? I'm just thankful that I can get a little bit of extra sun, which they could last week.
I cannot believe Victorians are so spineless. I tell you what, the outrage in the people that I talk to is extraordinary. I've never seen anything like it. People are coming up to me in the street and saying, well done. They're approaching our guys and saying, well done. A lot of people are really angry about this. Look, I have never objected to the lockdown. It's necessary, it's needed, but it should be based on health, not politics. And it should still be based on health, not politics. Let's have health looking at, let's look at mental health. Let's look at freedom from infection. Let's make decisions that are rational, not just based on what's in the Premier's political advantage.
So what did your teams do for 8 weeks? How did they get the money coming in when clearly they weren't mowing anything? What did they do?
Well, they couldn't do anything. What could they do? I mean, some of them could do NDIS and there's a little bit of work around, but I mean, they were just sitting there doing nothing, frustrated, saying, hey, the government can give me some money, but I don't want money. I want to go out and do my job. And they're still frustrated. All the dog groomers are still frustrated. They're so upset about it. They say, I don't want the government to pay me. I can work. I'm no danger to anybody else. Let me get out there. Let me make a living. Let me support the economy. Let me pay taxes instead of having to sit here and do nothing.
Bloody oath. So you're not giving up the fight if you've got to take it to the court, would you, to try and get some compo for those people?
Oh, yes. We're going to fight for compensation. I will fight and fight and fight. I've asked my guys to put in claims. If they're rejected, if they're not answered within 28 days, we go to VCAT. If that's rejected, we'll go to the Supreme Court. I will fight and fight. It won't cost them a cent. I will do everything I can to get all my guys full compensation for every dollar they've lost. And the rest of the industry too. Nobody should ever have been put off.
Good on you, Jim. Nice to talk to you, mate. Paul Di Martino is the bloke who, well, as you know, runs that lovely bar that a lot of people would like to get back to. But, of course, you've got to get 5 cases, so we've got to get today repeated for the next 14 days. But, of course, it was all built up that there was going to be these big announcements, but it was 4/5 of bugger all for you. It's another, 3 weeks we're going to go? Well, actually, a little bit longer. We're going to go basically to the end of October.
Yeah, if we're lucky. You know what? We've got a bloke running our state that took 7 years to do a 3-year arts degree. Yes, he worked in a hot dog van. He worked in a bottle shop. And we've got this bloke running our state. Are you fair income? These press conferences are as dead set, pathetic disgrace that go on every day now. You know, there must be 20 or 30, if not 40 people in the room for at least 2 hours when Dan has his daily press conference.
Great point.
So, yes, everyone's socially distanced, but people are in that room for 2 hours. What is different between being in a freaking press conference and being in a restaurant or a pub or going to a cafe or a wine bar? Please tell me. There is no sense to this man. There's no sense to what is going on. Okay? You know, it's just enough is enough. If Gladys can, why can't you, Dan? If Gladys is good enough to run her state and run it properly, what is wrong with you? We are 400 kilometres from New South Wales, yet we are 400 years behind in the way things are being run. Fair income. Put your hand up. Man up. I told you last time.
But again, that stuff where, accountability. Like, if you ran your business the way they ran hotel quarantine, you'd be broke. And you'd probably break a few laws along the way, and you'd be hauled before every tribunal that, I tell you what, it wouldn't let you get away with lying like these people have been able to get away with lying, Paul.
If you're an anaphylactic and I give you peanuts and you're dead, it is my fault. Whether I cook the food or not, I am responsible as a director of a business. These people running our state need to man up. You know, as I said, they're probably going to see the biggest class action this state has ever seen. Jim's alluded to it tonight. You have 1 million angry, and I talk angry, business owners. Stand up and listen. You've got big ears, Dan. Use them to listen to us. Listen! We can sit at the table with you. We have a plan. We have a gold standard health plan that we are ready to open. sit down and listen to us properly. We are over you, not listening, not taking advice on board. You've gone rogue, and all you answer to is yourself, no one else.
Because like, if they want to have a meeting, you don't have to walk into his office. He can do it on Zoom, do it on the very same technology that's happening right here. But you guys probably can't even get a look in with anyone in a decision-making position.
No, we can't at all. We don't have a seat at the table. We know the guys at Restaurant Caterers Association, Wes Lambert's doing a fantastic job. Paddy O'Sullivan trying his guts out. He ain't listening to us. He ain't listening. Get more of us around the table, sit down. We'll show you how we can open and open safely. We want to be open for the grand final. We need to trade before Christmas. We have lost over 200 days of regular trade this year. Wow. Over 200 days. You know, fair income, enough is enough. Listen to us. Help us out. You know, you've let the abattoir workers go back. They've gone back in the construction game. We are safe. We're clean. We're ready to go.
Great point. They can sit on their ass for an hour and a half, 2 hours at a press conference. Why not do it with a chicken schnitzel and 20 minutes in and out? Paul, strength and love, mate. I love your passion. I'm sorry that you've got to go through it. I know it's heartbreaking, but, mate, good on you for firing up.
Well, we're not going to lie down. We're going to go hard. We're going to go even harder. Just listen to us because we do have a plan. We know how we can serve everyone safely in the community. We want you back, and we want you back at the restaurant, pubs and cafes ASAP.
Jeez, he's a good man. Thank you, Paul. Really appreciate it. Rowan.